exactly like our fearless leader, but at least somebody who can hold the ship up, keep going and keep moving. So these are the types of people we're looking for in our business, right? Yes. Okay. So I just really wanted to open this up and say, if anybody has anything to share, that would be great. Let's do some crow time. And some of the things I think we should start doing too is like crow about how many leads you got, how many bookings you got, how many people were on the Zooms, like within one day, 24 hours from the other day, or something like that. So if anybody would love to share how many leads, how many bookings, how many calls did they make, or anything, just to keep us all excited to know that we're all chugging along. Anybody? Is everybody muted?
No, I've got, I'm in my hometown for my friend's life celebration this Saturday. So I went out and I think I've got 15 or 16 on here. And I had made a uh, goal to be qualified for Vegas by the time I leave here. So I should be pretty close, but really, really interesting stuff. And what was cool too is when I was searching for med spas in the area, I was kind of surprised. But then because I searched for GLP so much, it said med spas nearby with GLP, and it gave, ones that did just that. So I made those a priority to spend a little bit more time knowing going into it what they already offered and everything. So just really cool. A lot of good energy going on with this GLP for sure. My friend that was a cancer researcher has been texting me at 4:20 this morning. Hey, can you send me something else? What about this? So it's interesting stuff, for sure.
Well, thank you, Craig, for sharing. And I'm so sorry about the loss and your friends and everything, but it is a celebration of life, and creating our legacy is to make a difference in, with everybody that we meet. And so thank you for sharing that and having such great goals. And I think what Craig said is really important too, is just like knowing who it is that you're talking to, kind of do some research on them, on their business, or get to learn a little bit more about whoever it is that you're inviting to hear about this business or try the products or something, and to do your homework. So that's part of what I will be talking about is booking. So yes, Caroline, know your audience.
Yeah. Frida also has a comment. Hi, Frida. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good.
Thank you, George. Thank you, George. Yes, Gary and I have been on the road since last Thursday, 1 week. We started out from Florida. We ended up at the regional in Jacksonville, and from there we've been coming up the coast. So, when you really put action behind your business, things happens. So in the last few days, not only have we one person has collected more than 25 names, another one has got more than 5, another one has got 3, and we've enrolled 2 brand new people. We are doing launches almost every day. Right now, we are, as soon as this is over, we are headed to a big event, like a social event, where they're actually going to have, are you ready for this? They're going to have radio, whoever listens to radio. But anyway, announcements is what I'm talking about in the community, in the town. It's a small little town, but oh my goodness, the action is incredible. Because you know why it's incredible? People are needing money. People not only need health, they need income as well. So it's been a remarkable 7 days. We've got another 7 days on the road, and then we'll be in Charlotte. And guys, it is just mind-blowing what's going on. Thank you for letting us share.
Thank you.
Great
Kyle.
job, Frida.
Oh, sorry.
It's important to hear about what other people are doing, just in case like nothing is happening for a moment in your business, then you see other things are happening. So it's working. Oh, I'm sorry. George, were you going to say something?
Oh, no, Kyle also raised her hand.
Oh, yes, Kyle.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Kimberly and George. And everybody. I just wanted to say that yesterday was really, really great. Kimberly and I went to the Small Business Expo in Chicago, and Kimberly did the well, I call it like speed dating, but speed networking, which was really great, right, Kimberly?
Yeah, it was fun.
And yeah, and I just so happened to get they had it was really neat because they had probably about 10 tables, and it was all different healthcare or design and home real estate or franchises, professional services. I mean, but 10 tables just in 10 different arenas, and they just had business cards sitting there, and you could put your own there or take some. So I took it upon myself to take 108 of them. So I I have a little bit of follow up to do today, but George and or Kimberly, what would you suggest? I mean, because I met a lot of people too, but I mean, these were just picked up a card. I mean, something kind of generic, but creating curiosity. What would you say to when I contact them?
That's my training today.
Okay, I jumped ahead. So
It's
that's
okay.
it.
It's great. That's really
Irene
good
also
to
has
get
a,
100 leads in a few hours. That's awesome.
Good morning,
George?
everyone. I just
Hi,
wanted to
Irene.
share that. Good morning, Kimberly and George and everyone. I just wanted to share that now that my ankle has healed and I'm walking a little bit better without a limp, I'm able to go out and network within my own industry, the real estate industry. So I'm leveraging the people that I know in the title and escrow companies and all of their events. So I've gotten a few leads from theirs. And then I went to go see a new accountant because I fired my other one. And he has a whole network of people. So we talked about leveraging each other and giving each other referrals. So I'm excited about that new connection. And today I'm going to drop off all my paperwork because I file late every year, as most realtors do. But anyways, I see a really great connection with my new accountant, and then just excited for the people that I know in the title and escrow companies, and with my lenders, using them as referrals, not using them, but connecting with other people to get more referrals. So I'm excited about that journey.
Excellent. Wow, that's cool. Yes, and we're always helping other people. That's the other thing that I think is so important.
Yeah.
Great job.
Thank you.
Anybody else? I love to hear these things. Okay, so let's talk about booking. And I have one more image to put up here in the chat.
Kimberly, this is recorded, correct?
Yes, it's being recorded right now.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, great.
Okay, so what I'm really excited about is how to share about things I've done. We're going to have a few other speakers, whoever wants to chime in at the end for I don't know, a minute or something like that, and share what are some of their best I keep saying closing, but it always be closing anyway, but our best ways of inviting people to the table. So these are a couple of graphics I did, and I also always recommend that everybody kind of look at these as just notes, make it your own, use your own voice. But can you all see that?
It's on
In
the
a
chat.
chat?
Yeah, it's on the chat on the right
It's in
side.
the chat.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gladys, you got it. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
All right. So, oops. Wait, now I lost the picture. All right, here we go. So I think that whatever we're all going to be sharing on what gets somebody, and it is going to, maybe I'm not going to sound so eloquent, getting somebody to the table, but you're really inviting somebody to hear the information. I know so many people, when they're brand new and they just sign up, they're afraid to say anything because they feel like they don't know enough about the products. They don't know the marketing plan. And it's just like, that is just not your job.
Yeah.
Your job is to find the people to invite to hear about 3. And that's why we all have our leaders. Like George, first of all, I have to say thank you so much for being our rock in this business. Without you, we would never, none of us would be here probably. I'm not sure about Frida, but you invited Christine to hear the information. And it's just like, when you think about it, and you're kind of a little, oh wait, I'm not the co-host either. So maybe we could mute. I don't know if other
Yeah, I'm
people are
muting people. Don't worry.
okay.
Just go
Okay.
ahead.
So it's like, I feel so I'm not in control of this. This is so weird. It's the first time. Usually I meet people, I just like mute everybody before they enter. And so it's just a little, everything is a little bit awkward for everybody at all times sometimes. Don't ever think that everybody has got it all pulled together or they always know the right thing to say. It's almost like it's always going to come out different. Don't worry about having such perfect scripts because it's going to vary upon who you're speaking to in the conversation. Like Caroline said, know your audience. So I always feel like we have to ask and listen more than anything instead of telling, instead of talking. And we've always heard about everybody being so excited that they just say too much. And then the person is blown away and they're like, oh my gosh, way too much for me. And then you lose them. And so what you're really trying to do is and, and it's kind of funny. It is like dating in a way. It is. I'm so happy that you mentioned that, Kyle, because I was going to say something about this speed networking. If there is any opportunity for any of you to go into something like that in your area or wherever you want to go, get into this get into that frame because it's really exciting. It's really fun. I hardly like these people kind of like, who are you? What do you do? And I'm like, wow, what's your name? Let me get to know you first a little bit. But people are hungry in these networking like 6-minute networking events. And if there is like a small expo or any kind of a health fair or business fair or whatever, and there is like I had to pay for this ticket, it is so worth it. I've done it twice and I always get a sale or something. Not that I'm looking for a sale, but people want the products. And even though I'm talking about the business, they're like, well, what kind of a product is there? It's like, can I have some? So you sell it right there on the spot too. And people book you right there. So I've already got 3 bookings on my calendar. And that was from last night. And so the thing that I think is so imperative is when you're talking to somebody, you have to be in a real conversation. You can't think about, oh, I have to get them to the table now and I need to rank up. I need my 20 cycles. I need to be a 3-star. It's like take your own thoughts off of that table. Get to know who it is that you're talking to because people don't care about whatever our goals are. They care about how you make them feel. And that is just so cool. That is so imperative because if they feel like they're being sold to or you're trying to like get them to do something, they are not gonna do it. If you and not you, whenever I say you, it's like we, all of us, we have to show them what's in it for them. Everybody is tuned into WIIFM. And if you haven't heard that one before, it is so key. Why would I be interested in what you're doing? Why would I be interested in your products? And so you're kind of being a little bit of an investigator. The thing that Kim Wee mentioned before is to take their vitals. And so you want to know about their financials. A lot of people say, different things. You're just listening differently. You're listening for like money issues. You're listening for health issues. You're trying to see, are they settled? That was one of my other things. It's like drama. The first things that people talk about, if it's about problem, then it's just like, okay, are my 6 minutes up and who's next? So we are not here to solve everybody's problem, but we are trying to show them that 3 is a solution to their like normal problems. Like, I'm not living my dream. I would love to be healthier, lose 10 or 20 pounds or whatever it is, or even 100, who knows. And there are certain questions that you need to ask them. And a couple of them that I think are really great is like, I think what Ashley did was really, really great. She said, this is like one of our old standard lines in Mary Kay. Where would you be in 3 to 5 years? What would your ideal lifestyle be like? So that is a really important question. You know, if like money and time are no object, what would you be doing right now? Where would you be? Would you be here? Would you be on a beach? Would you be traveling the world? Would you be with your family? So you want to kind of get into their head a little bit and find out what they're looking for. And then 3 is the solution, but you're not going to tell them, well, I know this could fix everything, because it usually does when we're having more money and you're in a better community and like-minded people and everybody's like empowering each other. It's a lot more fun than going to the job. And so when you're talking to them, you're listening differently. You're listening to see if they would be able to do what you're doing. And if you're not available and you say, oh my gosh, I don't know, my car broke down, I'm supposed to be here, meet somebody for coffee, and somebody is in the area, could you give it to somebody? Could you give them the baton and they could do it for you? And so you're looking for people that can step into your shoes and do a great job. I think a lot of us do that when we're at our big events. You know, somebody's got 5 people to close and other people help them and everything. So that's really great. So you're looking for those types of individuals, ones that like to help, that have big dreams, and people who are willing to take a look at something different. And so for me, the work is not a fun word. That's not my favorite 4-letter word. I don't know what my favorite 4-letter word is. Love, maybe. And so I always look for those qualities that you would like to have in you and the other people too. So so I really feel like if you bond, if you connect on certain levels, they're probably going to like 3. If you are completely opposite, different, totally different, it might be a little bit harder to get them to the table. But if they're kind of like you and they like your stuff and you like their stuff and you're connecting, like it's easy. It is so easy. Yesterday, I met this girl and her name is DJ. She's not a DJ, but anyway, so she sent me, I said, send me a picture, because we got all these numbers, so send me a picture of yourself. And then she did, and I asked her about the picture. It's like, wow, where is that? It looks like it's Italy or something. And she said, oh, well, close enough. It's Little Italy in Chicago. And so anyway, she kind of booked me, and she said, oh, I would love to know more about your business. And so it's like, great, let's meet over there. But when you really show authentic, genuine curiosity about who they are, where they are, notice things, you know, like like somebody noticed my cross that I always wear. And so then we got on a topic of that. And so you want to find commonality on things. Then getting them to a Zoom or to a coffee is a natural progression, because they want to be your friend. They want to hang out with you. They want to be, they're like, wow, I like this person. What is she doing? What is he doing? I want to know. You want to like curate that curiosity in people. So it's not, it's like I almost like forget everything about three. It's like, I don't even, they're going to ask you. They all ask you, what is it? What is it? It's like, oh, let's find out more about you first. And then I'll share, of course, but less is more, because if you tell them everything right up front, they're going to make a quick decision in like 5 or 10 minutes, which is not enough time to make a thorough decision about if three should be in your life. And so curiosity, you're building curiosity and intrigue. And so it's like anticipation. Oh, I can't wait to be on the Zoom call and find out more about whatever this business is or these products are that person, that woman or that man is talking about. So it is like dating, so think about that too. Back in the day, I don't know if you've been married 30, 40, 50 years, or if you're in between or whatever, but you're not going to say everything right in the first hello. You see this handsome man, Italian, you're like, oh my God, I want to have this man's baby. You're not going to say that right away. So, you're going to give it a little time, I hope. And so that's the same thing about three, or the vice versa, of course. That is a woman of my dream. But I say, if any man notices a woman and wants to marry her, just ask her. But anyway, the women got to be a little bit more like, I don't know, like you don't show all your cards right away. And so intrigue, curiosity, ask questions, financial, relationship, health. Those are the three things basically. And I don't even go to the health part ever, because I am not a doctor and I don't want to know what their problems are with that. Sorry, I'm going to be really clear. Because I don't want to know. I don't, like, my friend just had a surgery and then she's like, oh, let me show you the pictures. It's like, no, I don't want to see that. And so I try not to. Oh, I'm glad. I'll pray for you. You're going to be fine soon. These supplements will help you heal faster. But anyway, and so I really think it's just building a rapport. I don't even think, I know it. It is building the rapport with this person that you honestly like, and then you're going to kind of figure out, based on her conversation, how three could fit into her life. If they love their career, well, they have to be healthy to do their career. Even if they're not interested in building a three business at all, they still need to be healthy and fit. And to, like, somebody I was talking to said, I work 18 hours a day. I take cat naps. That's how this man sleeps. It's like, well, okay, you could definitely use a lot of our products, but I didn't go there yet. But it's just like getting the intel. So when you call them, you could say something, and this is for Kyle too, or anybody else who has like a whole ton of leads. You call them, find out what's new, what's going on, how's it going, what are your dreams, what are your goals? And you do say, I say, like, what are you looking forward to this summer? Do you have any vacations? Do you have any trips scheduled? Are you
Shit. Scratch me in the face.
okay? Well, who's that? I'm so sorry you got scratched in the face. Oh my gosh. All right. No other four-letter words either. I think that's so funny. I think we've all said a lot worse than that. Anyway, so the thing is that when you're building your business, you're looking for people that are easy, fun, communicating types of people. If somebody is like, oh my gosh, I don't understand this person, it's so hard to get a direct answer from them. Well, and we are all fun, nice, wonderful people here. If we have a problem with somebody communicating, everybody else is going to as well. So don't, like, this is a people business. You can't change somebody. You need somebody who's entertaining, who's fun, who's engaging, who's interesting, to draw the people to the table. All right. So as far as scheduling the meeting, I think some of the best words, and some of the best words I believe are like, would you be open to hear about how maybe this could be a solution into whatever she said or he said, whatever their dreams are, whatever they'd like to have. And I truly love this question because I've used it every single day. Well, if time and money were no object, what would you be doing? Would you be golfing? Would you be surfing? Would you be at a yoga place? Would you be having coffee at 10 in the morning with your friends instead of at a job? So anyway, so you really need to get into them a little bit with that. And booking the Zooms is you're just have to be the best invitation ever. You're the invitation. And it's just like, I don't care if people don't see my vision because I want people to have a vision. I'm not trying to get them to have a vision if they have no vision, no dreams, no goals. It's like, I don't know, they could sell me the shoes or something, let them stay where they're going, stay where they are. So I'm sorry, but sometimes I just get so passionate about this. Trying to convince, you're never trying to convince anybody to do anything. You're looking and you're choosing and you're finding solutions. Oh, well, this could help. Maybe that would work. Have you ever thought of something like this? It's kind of unconventional business. It's a work reimagined, things like that. Like put little things out there and they're like, oh yeah, maybe I've never thought about that. So those are the little moments that you notice that you capitalize on. It's like, oh, well, you know what? I would love to have you meet my mentor, one of our fearless leaders, depending on the conversation. If she's a little bit more quiet and reserved, maybe you could just say, oh, I'd love to have you meet one of my other colleagues. She really has been in the business for a long time and gives a great overview about what this is. Might be for you, might not. So would you be open for maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday of this week? Does anything sound good for you there? And then morning or night or morning or the evening, what's better? What fits best with your schedule? So you don't really ask people, oh, do you want to listen? Would you be on a Zoom? In a way, you just say, would that be of interest or how does your schedule look? Hey, we have something going on Tuesday night. How does that work for you? And so there are certain phrases that I truly love. And they are like, how does that sound? After you say something, how does that sound? And you smile and nod, and they're like, oh, that sounds good. So many people do that. And smiling and nodding, it's like Tuesday night, 6:30, 6 o'clock, right? And so when you say little sound bites like that, people get excited and they agree more often than not, especially if you're in the conversation, you get to know them, they're trusting you for a little bit, and you have a nice fun rapport. So the thing is just to be real. If you're quiet and you're talking to an excited person, mirror how they are. Be a little bit more excited, have an extra shot of kinetic. All right, I do have to tell you one story. It's so funny. So during this like networking, like what was I called, that networking dating situation, whatever I did, that fast, quick networking thing, I was the only one who gave out some kinetics. And
Speed
one of
dating.
speed networking. And so, yes, thank you. And so the two ladies who were sitting next to me, I don't know how I got on the seat that I didn't have to move, but I was really glad that there was one seat that didn't move and then the other seat kept going around, like musical chairs. And she's like, you are the only one who gave anything to anyone. What are you giving away? I want something. So it was just cute. And I said, here, this is what this is. And she goes, let me tell you what I'm doing. Maybe we could blend, maybe we could collaborate. And I think that is a really good word. If you're talking to business owners, you're not trying to get them to do another business or to stop their business. Even a corporate person, they probably still kind of like their job. We're not asking you to quit your job. We're just asking you to collaborate, look at something else, because then you put in a little fear about, well, what's happening, within the next 3 to 5 years? How do you see your job going? How do you see your company working out? I mean, my sister's hospital closed. I never heard of a hospital closing, but now that it happened, I'm starting to hear about a bunch of them. And then the other thing, like I met another girl who is writing. I know another great line. It's like, what does your next chapter look like? In whatever stage they're in. And they're like, wait, what? I don't know. Maybe they haven't even thought about it. It's just like, well, yeah, usually we have anywhere between 7 to 12 years. Every 7 to 12 years, people change a lot. That's why usually people go through like their first, like, say, they're 20 years old. By the time they're in their middle 30s, they are not the same person they were when they were 20. And that is a great age. I know we always talk about 50 to 70-year-olds who want something else, but boy, oh boy, to keep this company going, we need the 20 to 30-year-olds too. And so you're talking to somebody, they're a little older, ask them about their grandchildren, ask them about their children. Wouldn't it be nice to have an extra little fund, for them when the time comes? You could have been building something keep doing what you're doing, but on the side, wouldn't it be nice to have a little something for them that you could maybe help them buy their first house when they graduate or something like that? But all the things that we learn on these Zooms are so imperative. Think about who we all are sitting here. Sylvia, Allison, Janelle, Irene, Helen. I mean, these are Gladys. I mean, Frida. Frida was a business owner. Nobody would ever have told her, oh, well, yeah, get rid of your $1 million business and start this, but maybe this could help enhance your company. Take a look at it as another arm to build out your business a little bit more, maybe reach some other people. So, you have to be a little well versed into all these different types of people that we have here. The people that we have here on these Zoom calls in our teams are gold. They are gold. And I really think I'm going to change things when I do more of our in-person events. I want everybody up there saying what their background is and why they are in 3, because that is so huge. Say, I don't know, I'll just say Gladys, because she's right here too. She's in the health industry. Maybe she meets somebody who's in a totally different, like an accountant or something. It's like she's not an accountant. She's like, oh, you know what? I know an accountant who really can do the math. She's made over 100 million. And sometimes when you say something huge, they're going to be like, what? And you're going to shock them a little bit. It's like, oh, but let's not talk about that right now. But we do, we have different events. I'd love to have you hear about it. You shock factor and then you calm it down. It's like, well, let's see what your schedule's like if we have any time. And they're going to be so intrigued to know, how did this woman do that? You may not be the one like your prospect that much, but I guarantee you, somebody in our team who is just like that person. And so you could say, oh, I would love to have you meet this one. She owned her own business too. Or this person, she's into, I don't know, skydiving as well. And so you have to, knowing who we are and how to connect that with the other person that you're talking to, so they see there is someone like them in this business, even if it's not you. there's somebody else just like them. And people want that familiarity. They want to know what's in it for them. They want to know who is like me, who's got a sexy, beautiful accent like George and Gladys. You don't. You sound like you're from Chicago. Oh my gosh. I hate that Chicago accent. Sorry. But it's just like, there is somebody like that person. And so just be really relatable, be their friend, know that they have got to feel like you care about them. It's almost like you don't even have to know any certain phrases or any certain things. You could just say, you know what, I really love this. And maybe you might like to look into it too. You never know. Could be for you, could be for somebody else that that wants to get rich and skinny. Oh no, I hate the word skinny too. Rich and thin, rich and fit and rich, whatever it is that you like. Say what you like, because that gets you excited, and they can feel that authenticity. And they're like, oh my gosh, I love that girl, or I love that guy. So yeah, I want to know what you're doing. People like the connection. They like to feel loved. If they don't like people, they're not going to be at any of these events. And they're not going to be, and any kind of a business owner truly loves people, because people are the bulk of their business, unless it's some accounting thing. But you know what I mean? So the words to say is just ask questions. How do just ask questions. Always say, take it away. Might not be for you. I don't know. Who knows? But don't you think it's worth it to take a look? 3 to 5 years, the economy, the world will be different. You could pick up any article, turn on any news channel, and see it. Don't you think? Isn't it kind of like scary and exciting at the same time? So when you say those words to people, they will connect with you. Okay, so that's really about it. Find out their dreams, know that 3 is a solution, and invite them. Don't worry about the details. Say, I'd love to have you meet some of my colleagues, and what is better for you, afternoon or evening, this week or next week? And just give them choices. Always give them different choices. All right, so I hope like whatever I'm saying is kind of in those like little printouts that I sent out a little bit, which I think are really pretty good. Ask, listen, and learn, the 3-step booking process. This is so important too. Can you see me first of all? Because I'm looking at my form. Is like my visual on?
Yeah, we can see you now. The forms are on the
Okay,
chat.
not the cowboy hat. Okay, so I was just wondering how this works. All right, so the biggest question I get, like say if it's friends or family people, or people that it's like, why did you think of me? And even strangers, when you're meeting people out and about, like warm chatting or whatever, and then you call them, it's like, you know what? I was thinking about you because. Always give them a huge compliment, because you're so energetic, because I love your energy, because you're a business guru. Are you kidding? I would love to have you take a look at this. And if it's not for you, you could pass it on, because I know you know people, right? And whatever you're kind of saying, kind of just say, right, don't you think, at the end, and they'll agree with you. So I think these are really great. You're such a great leader. You're a social butterfly, health conscious, great in business, connected, big dreamer, and doer. If anyone can get things done, you're the one. And but make people feel important. That is it. What's in it for them? Make people feel important and invite them to hear about everything. So, George, is there anything else? Oh yeah, ask, listen, learn. What's in it for them? And the goal is just to invite people. And then I also have some of these like little phrases that you could say. Would you be open to something that could possibly give you the life of your dreams, or something like that? But truly make it your own style. But some of these words are really great. Money and time are no issue. What would you be doing? Where would you like to see yourself within the next 3 to 5 years? What's the next chapter? And that is it. So, if anybody who has booked somebody lately, I think Janelle did, and probably a lot of everybody else. But if anybody would like to share 1 or 2 little things, like 30 seconds, because we're at 9:41, I want to get off at 9:30, and I already spoke too long. So if anybody has 1 or 2 things that they'd like to share, and George, please, George, I want you to as well.
Kimberly, I can share. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, Kimberly, that was incredible. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. It was
I
great.
love you guys because no matter what we say, we're saying the
No,
other
no,
ones say
no.
they're good.
I wouldn't say that if I didn't mean it.
Oh, thanks, Janelle.
Okay. One thing that I have learned is booking on the spot with a Zoom date instead of having to follow up and reach back out to set the Zoom date. That's like really, really important because it just cuts off some of your work. So
Yeah.
example, yeah. And so example, yesterday we were with a leasing agent and I said, and here's the exact conversation that she said her name, and so I said, how long have you been, a leasing agent? Do you like it? Engaging, like you just said, instead of being a robot and using a script. What did you do before this? And she graduated with a marketing degree. And then I said, have you ever thought about having an extra stream of income all from your phone while you're working another full-time job? Because I think a lot of people think, oh, you want me to switch? And she said, yes, I have. I've been looking. And I said, I totally understand because I was where you were. And this is what I said. I have partnered with a ground floor international company in the health and wellness industry, where we are looking for leaders in the Houston area to help build this company. Are you open to listening? No obligations, just information so you can make an informed decision. And she said, yes. And I said, okay, we have an exclusive Zoom coming up tonight at 6 or tomorrow at 6. I said, would one of those times work? And she said, yes. She said tonight. And I said, okay, let me make sure I can get you on the guest list and I'll send you the Zoom link. And then I sent a confirmation and she was so excited. So that was it.
That's awesome. I love that. Yes. Whenever you can, book it on the spot. Bravo, bravo. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great, Janelle. Those are
that's
so
great.
fun.
Yeah, Trish has hi Trish, good morning. Your microphone is on. Make sure you unmute yourself.
Oh, Trish Bird. Yeah.
Trish
And
Bird.
Elizabeth too.
Oh, there. Okay, you perfect.
Okay, so what you did, Kimberly, is awesome. Did you post anything? Because I didn't see anything, or are you going to put it on the WhatsApp?
Stop.
I did, but I'll do both. I think probably I posted it early and I put it in the chat early, and then you don't ever see the things
Yeah, you have to
before
post
that.
it again, probably.
I'm listening to you guys, and I'm going on with somebody in a couple minutes. But one of the things that works that I've been doing now for the last 2 years is I network. I belong to a ton of networking groups in the area. And I have them booked on the calendar to get to these things. I've searched them out to see what are best. When we do our introductions, I'm telling them what I do. And then anybody that's new that I haven't spoken to, I am going up and getting a coffee date with them. So I am booked out 3 weeks constantly. Because
Great.
then the way the appointment is booked, and in between all of that, the Zooms are being booked. Sometimes it's meeting them personally, getting to know what they do, because then I also become their connector, because it's not just about what I'm doing. I need to also connect and network for them.
That's fantastic.
And that's
Wow.
how I get the people, you know, like this morning at 8 o'clock this morning, I drove 45 minutes for a breakfast, and the lady's like, I am so glad I met you. I want to know all about this. And Monday morning is the Zoom at 8 a.m. So I go through tons of people. I want the ones that are excited and happy and upbeat and everything, because I'm not dragging anybody either, just like we know we shouldn't be doing. So it's a constant cycle. And I always tell people, this is no different than if you were in medical sales or when I did insurance sales. It was day in and day out. It's numbers, 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 numbers. That's it.
Yes, never to get discouraged, because you're just like searching. And I love the talent scout search type of thing. You're just filtering people. It's like whoever is a good match. They like to have fun, be healthy, have more money, make a difference in a community. Or if they're not into any of that, that's okay. They can go continue doing what they're doing. But you are looking for the few. You're going to go through the many to find the few that find the many. I love that line,
Yes.
because it's just like with Kim Wee too. I love her numbers. 80 L1s, 60 of them stayed in a smart ship. 20 of them made a lot of money and builders, and then 6 of them became multi-millionaires. So it's truly 1 or 2 out of 20, as long as you're kind of fishing in the right pond too.
Right.
Because it doesn't take long. If they don't like you, I mean, Trish, if somebody doesn't like you, forget about it.
Right. I don't really care, to tell you the truth, because sometimes I don't like somebody either. It's like, I don't want you to be around me. So
They're not going to like any of us. So you need people that like all of what we do and how we are and how we be. And so, yeah.
cool. Very
Great.
cool. I'll see you guys later.
Elizabeth? Oh, thank you so much.
Perfect.
I can't wait to see you just become a 5-star or 6-star. And this is my 3 to 5 years. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
we are all going to be on that 6-star trip. Okay. We're going to do a huddle. We're going to remember this day. Okay. Elizabeth, I think you were going to say something.
Oh no, I was just going to say thank you. That was awesome. It's all in asking questions and meeting people and asking questions and meeting people, really. And
Yeah.
some people are moving fast. It's just and building the numbers. I can't remember who just talked about the
Absolutely.
numbers, but everything is in the numbers. And I just want to say thank you, Janelle. And I'm going to call it a script because you have to think it. And yes, it is authentic, but you have to be intentional with what you say. You have to be intentional in the connection. So, Janelle, I really love that because
Why don't you
every
put that in
single,
there, Janelle?
yeah,
Type that
every
up.
word you said, exclusive, see if I can get you on the call and everything. I would like, oh, this sounds good. It was not something you were throwing, it's how it just had so much value. The more you talked about it, you were building value, but it was just so authentic and it was not obvious. That is like 100%. Thank you.
Kimberly, I'll type it up and I'll put it on the 3-star and then they can all
Okay.
get it out. Because
Perfect.
I might not be able to type it all up in time here.
Yeah, it would be a lot more. Yeah, that would be great, Janelle. Thank you. Thank you. And I love what Janelle said too, because it's like, how do we go from a private call with one of our leaders to a group Zoom? And that I hate that group Zoom. Oh, it won't matter if I'm there or not. So Janelle's words, I think, are so imperative. Well, it's an exclusive appointment. Let me see if we can get you in. It's like, VIP status, we'll have to see if there's room. And I just love that. And thank you. Thank you. That's all awesome. Great. Great, great, great. Anybody else?
Yeah, I just want to comment. It's an
Yes,
amazing.
George.
It was an amazing Zoom. Something about also that I like to call sometimes the meetings. I call it private business resection, and you are invited to. And the reason private business resection is because or PBR, like we call it before, is because people see it like something very private, just for us, just for me, or for a small group of people. Make it. Because if we use the word meeting, just meeting sounds too generic. And that's why it's nice to you always make sure that people understand that this is something important for them. And that's why I like to use phrases, short phrases like that.
So what was that phrase again?
It's private business resection.
Private
Private
business
Business resection. It
reception.
could be a Zoom.
reception.
It could be 2 people. It could be 100 people too. That's the cool thing.
Is the last word reception?
Yeah,
Yes.
private business, PBRs. And it's many times I say PBR. I say, what is a PBR? Oh, it's a private business reception.
I don't understand that.
Private business reception. It's private for you.
It's a
organization. We
reception.
are doing a meeting
Yes.
for you. Yeah.
Mhm.
With
Yeah,
the PDR?
PBR, yeah, private business reception. Yeah, like Frida just wrote it on the chat.
He just Kimberly, he just made that little phrase up.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's
Yeah.
to create curiosity because when you say private, I having a private business reception, it sounds very exclusive.
Right. No,
Than
I
to
love
see
that phrase. I
just a
just didn't know
Zoom
how
or
it
something
tied in
like
with
that.
the PDR.
Yeah, there's a guy. His name is Burke Hayes, who wrote the book "Who Stole the American Dream." That's his favorite phrase.
A
And by the way, if you
private.
find that book, make sure you buy it. It's an amazing book. It's called "Who Stole the American Dream," and he talks about network marketing and how is part of the saving the American
Oh,
dream.
thank you. Now I get
Burke
it,
Hayes wrote the book.
Rita.
It's a friend of mine that lives in Florida. They live in Tampa.
PBR, private business reception. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
PBR. Yeah.
I'm
What
like,
is the name of
George,
the
can
book
you say that
again?
book
what?
again? Can you
I
say that book
understand
again?
the PDR, but it's PBR, private
Yeah,
business
Who
reception.
Stole? Who
PBR.
Stole the American Dream?
Okay.
And now I got it.
It's an older
But
book,
see,
but it's amazing. He
I don't want
updated, I think, but anyway, Who
I
Stole
don't
the
want to talk.
American Dream?
Sorry, I don't want to talk over everyone. I apologize. But no, what
That's
George
okay.
is saying is absolutely right. That is the most famous business invite you can ever use. It's remember back in the day. I hate to say this, it's recorded. Think of it this way: PBR. There used to be a beer called that, Pat's Blue Ribbon, or something like that. That's how you remember the words. PBR, private business reception. We use that
right.
time, been using it for months. And when you say that, they go, what is a private business reception? And you better have that instant comeback, And it is a private business meeting that I would love to invite you to. Are you available? Yes, no. No, fine. I'll get back with you. Yes, wonderful. May I send you the link? PBR.
I love it. Thank
Thank you,
you. This
Frida.
is so great. Our collaboration in becoming a millionaire. Who stole the American dream? Burke Hedges. Okay, great.
I want to add
Oh,
something, if you don't mind.
yeah, no, please.
Thank you. Thank
And
you for
just to
that.
be clear, anybody can go at any time. You know, people get mad how long things go. It's like nobody is holding you hostage
And
at
seems like
events
nobody
or
want to
on
go
Zooms.
because we are all still here.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
Going to the question, asking question is key. I mean, I do ask a lot of questions because my background in medicine and what I do. I'm just shifting the questions. But one of the things that I have found out, and I found this through my youngest son, uh, we see each other every week on Sunday. Past Sunday, we went because we go to church together. He was tired, and I said, "What's going on?" There's a lot of pressure. He worked for Microsoft. He's a manager at Microsoft, and he said, "Mom, I'm just bored. I'm just tired of the same thing over and over and over again because he's overseeing all these employees, and they just fired 300 people from the China division, and it's like." I said, "Well, you don't have to be there. I mean, we have talked about this before. So, I mean, I don't want to be pushy because, I can be pushy. Yes, Mom, you are pushy. So, but, ask question. It's like Samson said when I was there in Iowa. He said, ask the question because they do have the answers that you're looking for. And that is so right. So right. I'm just shifting from asking the health question to the business questions, and it's working so far. So thank you for allowing me to share. People are
Awesome.
Yes.
tired and they're bored in their job. They're there because what are they going to do? You know, it's like, okay, this is all I know.
Yes. Yeah, what you
Excellent.
said is so true. And what Kimberly was saying, yeah, is better than to ask questions about health. And you are saying it's so important to talk about the future, basically. You're talking about
Mm-hmm.
business, about the future, because things are changing so quick. And it's true, people are worried about health, etc., but they are more worried about what is going to happen tomorrow. People
Mm-hmm.
don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, what is going to happen to them. And that's why when we are offering a solution, guys, people want to know more. Now, later it's going to be their decision. It's going to if they're going to do it or not. And by the way, the book Who's Told American Dream is funny because goes to a lot of the topic that we were talking about. And people need to know about this. He when he wrote said the book that your boss doesn't want you to know about or to read, and the reason is because telling you the truth, you don't when you this is so important to keep in mind. Of course, if we love our job, of course we never leave it, and we can have an extra income with three, etc. But this is the thing too: the price that the salary that we are getting paid in the job, we are getting paid a wholesale. The retail, all the profit the boss is having it, because he is or she is getting the work that you're doing at a certain price, and is paying you a part of it. When you are working on your own business, you're creating your own business, you're creating your own dream. You are actually being paying yourself what you are worth. And that's how many people sometimes are afraid to start a business, because they think, holy cow, I'm going to discover myself for real, that I'm not worth anything. But the reality is that everybody has the worth to become successful. It's interesting because in the 1800s, most people were some kind of entrepreneur at a certain level. But when the Industrial Revolution came, is when people start working for somebody. I mean, there were some people before, but not as much happened after the Industrial Revolution. And suddenly people lost their freedom of time. This is sad to say. And schools are teaching us that. Why? Because in school you go for 7 or 8 hours, like you go to a job. You've been trained to be part of that system that was created with the Industrial Revolution. And then
Right.
people are brainwashed and they think that's the only way to succeed. Again, I say, if you love the work, of course, it's nice to, but remember, what is going to grow your fortune is not your job. It's what you do with the extra time, how you invest your money and how you invest your time to in a business and something that you are going to create a future. And today, especially with what is happening, and Christine say all the time with AI and robotics, it's incredible. The things that are going to happen and this business is ideal for people to create that freedom. And this book that was written years ago, I sent a message to him like 3 weeks ago. I said, you know, Who's Told the American Dream? It goes to what is happening today. I would love to have him in a call. Actually, he's an amazing guy. If you go to Amazon, he had written a bunch of books. But this one was the one that made him famous at the time. Okay, all right. But anyway, yeah, Elizabeth, you have I think you have your hands there. Yeah,
Yes, I
Elizabeth, go ahead.
do. I just wanted to say that thank you so much, George, because when I started in this industry, one of the things and that happens still sometimes, we're worried about what the outcome will be when we're approaching someone. And we're so caught up in, are they going to say yes or no, as opposed to the connection. And I think what I'm hearing today is the emphasis is really on the connection. The emphasis is having a curiosity that you're wanting to know the people. But I think that even more so today, because of the change that's happening, it's an evolution, because we're moving really from this industrial revolution to, I could say, another revolution, But I sent Christine like a YouTube documentary on, well, it was on doctors. And, with all due respect, of course, I have a lot of doctors on the team, but I think that for a profession that was such a guarantee for life, and to really listen, if you've not listened, I think Christine posted it on the, Fire Horses, um, to just really listen to what security. I mean, it couldn't get any more secure than that. And to actually, it's not just that world is changing, but what they were saying about the school, about the tuition, and about how they're being worked and how they're not able to do what they really want and how they're being controlled by people who are not out for life, but are out for money. We should just be bolder to just talk to anyone, really. I just wanted to add to that. Thank you.
Thank you. Perfect. By the way, I had a second book that is amazing too. Is The Parable of the Pipeline. Is how to create an income in any economy. By the way, that's he's very prolific. I think he had written like 12 books or something like that, or probably more.
And we make our own economy. I don't care what the economy is. We make our own at all times. Just to share two things, that I became a national sales director in 07 and 08, like during those times, which was really bad for a lot of people in traditional businesses. But we just became a national area, and I don't know, October of 07 or something. So it's just pretty incredible that it just don't believe it. People need more money. They need healthy supplements and they need to have fun. And that's what we're here for.
That's right. That's right. Okay, well, it's interesting that when we get very excited, time goes flying. It's already 9:02. It's 10:02 in the area. By the way, on Saturday, I usually do a training. I'm not doing it this time because we have the event here in Salt Lake City. If you have anybody in Utah, make sure you send them. We are going to, of course, Daniel is going to be the main speaker, but we are going to have also Lance Smith and Tracy Smith, Mark Ewell, myself, and other people. We are going to be speaking there. Great. That's going to be on Saturday. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on the call tomorrow morning. I'm going to be also doing the training. But anyway, it was amazing. Thank you very much, Kimberly. You did an amazing job, like you always do. And those flyers that you post are really, really good. I download all.
Are they George approved? No, I should say, are they Janelle approved? She has the best forms and all of that. Oh my gosh, I think my ChatGPT guy was going to fire me after 525 renditions. But I wish we could see you, George. You're going to do the financial part, right?
Tomorrow?
Somebody should film you.
Oh, you mean on the training Saturday? Yeah, I'm going to be doing the.
Make sure somebody films you. We want it.
I don't
I
know
would
if they're
love
going to
to
be
have
filming.
that video of you doing that financial talk, that training there. Gosh, get some of those people. Bobby, don't you know anybody over there? Bobby's got an appointment at 10:30. I got to be there with him. But I don't know, maybe you know somebody in Salt Lake City or something like that. But George, gosh, you got to get somebody to film that and send it to us.
We have
It'll be
great people
great.
going there. It's not only me. We are going to have a great people speaking, and we have great testimonials that we are going to have there. It's going to be amazing. And I'm really super excited about that. I have not done in a big setting the pay plan in a long time. That's going to be interesting. The last time, I think one of the last times was in Dallas, actually. That I did a big group there.
They're going to love it. It's going to be so awesome. But thank you, everybody. Thank you, George, for being on this morning. You know, you're always my co-pilot. I have to have you on because you know what? You're just a wealth of knowledge. You're better than Big Al and all those other speakers and trainers. You're the man.
Oh, send a letter to Big Al. Hey, George is better than you. No, don't
thank
do that.
everybody
Don't
for
do
sharing. I love you guys. Oh my gosh, and ladies,
Okay.
I love you all.
Thank you.